75% of the church is sitting at home on the sidelines, eating popcorn, drinking Pepsis, watching Netflix. That's not going to save America, my friends.
I have seen video where a parent was literally reading verbatim from a book that's on that school library, and it was so explicit, so lewd, so lascivious that the school board gavelled them down.
You know, so we must learn from the Bible. And I truly believe that the pastors don't read the Bible, because if they were reading the Bible, they would not be so stupid.
King Ahasuerus took off his signet ring and gave it to Mordecai, Esther, and told them to change the laws to what they want them to be. And as Christians, it's time for us to change the laws to reflect God's righteousness.
We got a doozy today because this woman just went off in all the best ways possible and destroyed the leftist narrative, absolutely eviscerated it. So I had to share this one.
We have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them handouts.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I'm with Donald J. Trump.
I and millions of other black Americans will cast my vote for Donald J. Trump.
What they call failure to comply with governor's emergency orders. And that emergency order was holding church during a pandemic.
The early Christian church, if they had an opportunity to vote Nero out, if they had an opportunity to vote all these rulers out, how would they have voted? What would they have done? Would they have sat in that vote as their brothers and sisters were brought into the Colosseum and slaughtered? Probably not. They would have voted and they would have stood up if they had the opportunity. We have an opportunity.
Truth. There you go, folks. How is it possible that a couple can dominate the water in one state? Money and ignorance, money and public ignorance.
You know, the whole expression coming out the closet, why did that expression even become about in the first place? Because they knew they were hiding, because they knew it was wrong. The spirit was convicting them, but they got to the point where they pushed the spirit out and they allowed the demonic spirit to come in.
Eidsmoe, is civil disobedience justified by either scripture or by law? Thank you.
Absolutely, it is justified by both. And besides what you just said, I might say also that I have two very little tiny congregations in rural Alabama that I preach for on Sunday mornings. And throughout the COVID crisis, we did not miss a single Sunday.
Pastor William Green, 22 years in law enforcement, New York City, and corrections. Head of the Mordecai Mission. Say hello to Pastor William Green.
We need to come out of the four walls of the church and engage the public. We need to confront the LGBTQ to their faces. We need to confront the abortionists to their faces.
We are in a massive spiritual battle for the heart and soul of America, and the only possible solution to save this country is for Christian men and women to dedicate themselves to fasting and prayer and Scripture, calling this nation back to being a nation under God.
And at the end of the day, they were promoting this, your rights are being taken away from the enjoyment of killing your baby at will was what they were selling in a very reproductive health, and sharing the idea that abortion was somehow necessary for the vibrancy of our nation, which it is a curse to our nation.